If you are feeling sick right now but don't want to line up or wait for a swab, a self-test kit can be a convenient option. Well, the health department is expected to release guidelines on the use of home test kits. The Food and Drug Administration is also certifying products that we can use at home. Joining us now is Dr. John Wong from the DOH Senior Technical Advisory Group. Dr. Wong, thank you so much for joining us on The Final Word. Pending the FDA's certifications and the DOH guidelines, there are many already testing themselves using antigen test kits, which one can buy online. For everyone's safety, for everyone who is watching us right now, how do we make sure that these home test kits being used are legitimate?
So the most important advice is to buy only from legitimate retailers. No? Some self-administered antigen test kits are already available in pharmacies with a prescription. So if you buy from a pharmacy, then you can be assured that these are legitimate. Another suggestion I can give is there's a US-based NGO that also tests all these antigen test kits. So it's called finddx.org. So you can also go there and find out whether the brand that you intend to buy has been tested by them. And they also report the accuracy parameters of these test kits.
But do you really need a prescription, Dr. Wong, to be able to get hold of these antigen test kits? Because in many countries around the world, in the United States, in Europe, and some countries in Asia, I mean, the government is trying to help the people by giving out these antigen home test kits.
Yeah. In the presence of Omicron, that would be the logical step to do,
Right.
However, what we have approved right now are only the test kits that require prescription. But I think the FDA is already working on approving test kits that can be over the counter.
And how soon do you think will this materialize, Dr. Wong?
I'm not sure.
These antigen home test kits will be available over the counter without a prescription.
I'm not sure about the timeline. Hopefully soon.
All right, doctor, this Omicron is really transmissible, and based on reports, symptoms appear much earlier than other variants. When is the best time to get tested? A few days after the exposure, or when symptoms start to appear?
The antigen test kits perform best when you already have symptoms. So when you have symptoms, you test on the day of symptoms. However, if you feel that you have been exposed, let's say you traveled, or you've been to a gathering, you can even without symptoms, you can test yourself 2 to 3 days after the exposure, and then maybe every other day, after this up to the 6th day. That way, if you don't have symptoms, you're likely to catch the infection also.
And can antigen test kits also detect asymptomatic COVID-19 patients?
In asymptomatic patients, it's less accurate, but you can counterbalance that with more frequent testing. So that's the advantage of antigen test kits. The results come out faster. It's cheaper, so you can do it more frequently. So if you test negative now, after a few days, your viral load will go up. So if you test again in 3 days, 2 to 3 days, you're likely to detect it if you're positive.
So from antigen test kits, doctor, let's now focus on face masks. Let's listen first to U.S. infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Wearing any mask is better than no mask at all, but there is a gradation of capability of preventing you from getting infected and from you transmitting it to someone else. So we should be wearing the best possible mask that we can get.
So, Dr. Wong, the US CDC has already advised against the use of cloth masks. What is the best face mask to use for ample protection, especially for Omicron or Delta? I have 2 right here with me in my quarantine hotel. One is a surgical mask and another one is an N95.
even as far back as the Delta, no, we should have already upgraded to high quality masks. No, so these are the N95, the KN95, no, from China, or KF94, no, from Korea. No, so any of these three types of masks, no, should be what we're wearing now.
But many of our kababayans, doctor, cannot also afford these kinds of masks. How can they make the most out of the cheaper alternatives, like the surgical mask?
There's a certain brand of KF94 mask, no, the one from Korea. That's actually washable. No? So you can wash it 20 times and it lasts about a month. No? So, and it costs only 50 pesos. No? So it's really very, very cost effective. No? So I would recommend looking for that type of mask, no? KF94 that's washable and reusable.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wong, for joining us on the final word and for your advice. Dr. John Wong is from the DOH Senior Technical Advisory Group.